Good morning children. I am teacher Shobha. In today's class we will learn about the rainforest or the people or the plant life in the forest region or rainforest. The equatorial forest region has the world's thickest and most dense forest. The trees growing here shed their leaves during different times of the year. The trees don't shed or lose their leaves at once. Some trees shed at one season and other types shed at other season. So that the forest does not look dry at all. They look evergreen all the time throughout the year. Because of the heavy rainfall, the forests are thick and luxurious at all the times. So these are called as evergreen forest. These forests are also called as rainforest because it receives more rain. As they are at the equator, so the name is Equatorial Rainforest. The heat, the rain and the moisture is abundant in this region. So there is an abundance of plant life. Many types of flowers, fruits and insects can be found here. Many types of birds, animals also can be found here. The temperature is adequate to support the animal life. There is plenty of food available throughout the year. A unique feature of these rainforests is their layered structure of the plant. Plant life is in 4 layers. The lowest layer is called the forest floor. The uppermost layer is called the emergent layer. Because of the lack of sunlight, most of the animals spend their time on the trees instead of on the ground. The sunlight does not touch the forest floor at all. The uppermost layer is most inhospitable, means not pleasant layer of the forest. It is breezy always, wet and extremely hot, and it lacks shelter. Here the trees grown are very tall, towering up to 200 feet above the forest floor. We can find mostly hardwood trees here. They have broad leaves and they are always evergreen. Trees don't grow close to one another. The second layer is the canopy. This is a primary layer of the forest. It is very populated with many trees and thick trees are grown. Because of this, it forms a roof-like canopy over the bottom of the 2 layers. The sun rays does not pass through this layer at all. The leaves are smooth, oval with printed ends. We can find food abundantly in this region. It habitats 90% of the rainforest animals because most of the animals live in this layer of the trees. The third layer can be called as understory. It receives very little sunlight because of the canopy layer. Maximum height of the plant is 12 feet. There are mainly dense, thick shrubs, ferns, creepers and orchids plants can be found here. The plants have large leaves to absorb maximum sunlight. And the last layer is the forest floor. This is the lowest layer. Here it is always dark temperature. Temperature is also moist and hot. There is no growth of plants and the sun rays does not touch this layer. And because of the lack of sun causes rapid decay of the leaves. The leaves start rotting very fast here. So it looks like a bed of decomposing of leaves of ferns, mosses and fallen fruits of the trees. Here you can see many animals and birds. There is a howler monkey which howls or which makes sounds. And there is a large flying fox. It is a one type of bat. And there is a hummingbird, very small bird. And this is sparrow hawk. It looks like sparrow, but this is a hawk, like vulture. And this is blue morpho butterfly. And here is harpy eagle. It's very big eagle. And here is lemur. It is one type of monkey. And this is orangutan. And this is a parrot. You can see here. This is taken with big beak. And there are tree frogs here. And this is three-toed sloth. Means you can find only three toes here. And it walks very slowly. It takes 1 day to climb a branch of a tree. And this is Scarlet Macaw. It's very colorful. And this is spider monkey. And why this name is spider is it flies like a spider. And here is a parrot snake. You can see it's very green color, like a parrot green. And this is poison dart frog. This is very poisonous, having thick skin. This is jaguar. And this is leopard. This is bullet ant. It's very poisonous, red ant. And this is ring-tailed coati. And this is leaf cutter ant, which eats leaves. This is agouti. This is ocelot. This is stick insect. This is like a grasshopper. And this one is giant anteater. It eats ant. This is okapi. Looks like a deer. This is a beetle which finds on the leaf of a tree. And this is emerald tree boa. It's very big green color snake. Now we will learn about people living in this rainforest, what they eat and how they live. It is not easy to live in this rainforest. The people who live here are nomadic tribals. Some live in isolated groups with no connect with the outside world, while some of them trade forest products for agricultural produce with people living outside the forest. Some tribals are hunters and gatherers. They live in small groups in a common camp and hunt animals, and they gather fruits, honey and nuts collectively. Some tribes settle down and practice shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation means people clear a piece of land by chopping down the trees. They cut the trees in some area and then they burn the stumps of the tree and spread the ashes and mix with the soil to make the soil fertile. They sow the seeds and cut the crop and collect the crop, and once the fertility of the soil reduces, they shift to another area. This is called as shifting cultivation. Here in this picture you can see the tribals, Kubas from Sumatra. The tribals are naturally small built, so they can move through the forest very easily. Small stature also makes them very good climbers, so that they can climb the tree and pluck the fruits, nuts from very high trees. They cover their bodies with easily available materials from the forest, like softened tree barks and leaves. They cover their huts and houses with waxy leaves, thus protecting themselves from the rain. They light fire to keep away the wild animals, and the smoke coming from the fire that drives away the insects. In this picture you can see the pygmies of Congo. The pygmy tribals who are made or constructed their huts, and some are collecting honey here and some are hunting, and you can see animal hunted here. this picture you can see the tribes, the Daikas of Borneo, the Bantus of Zaire and the Amazon Indians are the cultivators. The Daikas live in the long houses raised on the poles above the ground. The Amazon Indians invented the hammock. The plantation agriculture was introduced by the Europeans, especially in the Indonesian group of islands, Malaysia and West Africa. In plantations, the crops are planted on a large scale and the produce is then traded to the markets like tea, coffee, rubber and cocoa. Cocoa are the most plantation crops here. Here you can see cocoa plantation of Ghana. People are harvesting cocoa fruits. And the importance of rainforest. They are known as the lungs of the world. These dense forests release oxygen to the air. The destruction of these forests will affect the earth and lead to global warming, as the amount of carbon dioxide present in the air will be far greater than the oxygen. And these are the source of numerous medicinal plants and herbs. And these are the sources of quinine from the cinchona tree, which is the most effective medicine for malaria. And these are the sources of valuable hardwood timber like mahogany and ebony.